Hello everyone. In this session, I would like to discuss about how to deploy Angular application in Heroku. So let's create Angular application first. On my desktop, I want to create an Angular application. So open command prompt on my desktop. Open command prompt on my desktop. And then I want to create an Angular application by using Angular CLI. So how we can create an Angular application by using Angular CLI means just go to official Angular website. This is my Angular official website. Just click on get started and then click on the setup. If you observe here, there has some commands are there. First, in your mission ng command is not there. You have to run this command npm install -g angular CLI. In my mission, node should be there first. First node software you have to install, and then you have to install this command. And then once you install this command, ng is available, you can run this command to create your application. So that let me copy this one and paste it. Here, your application name you can put in Angular app. Angular app. Now it takes some time. While running this command, make sure your internet should be enabled. Your internet should be enabled. So let's keep this one aside first. Let me write all these things on Notepad. The first one, create Angular application. Next one, I have to create one Heroku account. Why? Because I want to deploy this code in Heroku. So that create an account in Heroku. So that the next step is like create an account in Heroku. So that let's start that one first. Would you like to add Angular routing? For now, I don't want to because simple one text I want to print it. Our goal is not like application development. Just I want to deploy this code. How to deploy this Angular application in Heroku? That is our goal. So that say no. Just click on this one. It takes some time. Just leave it. Okay, keep this one aside. The next one is what? Create an account in Heroku. So that go to Heroku official website. So how we can go? Heroku.com is the official website. Now come here. See this? It's already loaded. It's already logged in. Why? Because I already created an account. So if you don't have an account, just sign up your account. It's a matter of 2 minutes. Okay, we need a Gmail account. Just you can sign up. See this? I sign up with my Gmail account. So once you sign up, just click on login. Just click on login. Now see it's loaded. This is my Heroku dashboard. This is my Heroku dashboard. If you observe here application related settings, you can find here. Okay, now this is my dashboard. First, to deploy your Angular application in Heroku app, you have to create one app in Heroku. So that in that app you have to deploy. So create a new app. Create a new app. So that click on this one. Create an app. You can give the app name. That app name should be unique in the world. My Angular. My Angular. Spelling mistake. Not there. Not there. Okay, it should be unique. There. You can put any name. Choose the region where you want me to maintain this app. Just United States. Create app. The same app you can create. The same app you can create through command prompt also. Through command prompt also. If you want to create this app through command prompt, first of all, you have to create. You have to install. You have to install Heroku software in your mission. You have to install Heroku software. That one is a separate discussion. I will tell. Okay, you can follow this approach for now. Okay, done. Now see, this is your application. If you come to my overview, okay, these many things are there. Okay, installed add-ons. If it's like a commercial amount and everything is going to be visible here. Okay, deploy. Now at last you can find. Okay, see here from where you can deploy the code. You can see in this particular place. Okay, in the settings, if you observe. Okay, if you want to delete this app, you can delete this app. Okay, how we can use this app? You know, we can use this app by using this URL. See this. This is the herokuapp.com. They created one subdomain with your app name. See, my Angular 3434343.heroku.com one subdomain they created. See, that is the reason I told you my subdomain should be the unique in the world. If you want to add a custom domain, instead of this one, for example, my own domain I purchased, if you want to add it, you can add. That is a separate discussion. Just leave it for now. Okay, perfect. I created an app. Now, in this app, if you want to deploy your Angular code, you should have to maintain somewhere in the GitHub or Bitbucket or somewhere you have to maintain. So that from that GitHub, I want to take the code and I want to build and deploy. So that create a GitHub account to maintain your code. So that create a GitHub account. That is the next one. Create an account in Heroku and create an app. That is the next one. To maintain your code, create an account. Create a GitHub account. Okay, come here. This is my official website, github.com. It's already logged in. I already created. Okay, sign out. If you want to create a GitHub account, just click on sign up. It's a matter of just 2 minutes. You can provide your email ID and everything. I already created so that I can sign in. Just click on sign in. This is my GitHub panel. First, what you have to do to save your Angular code, to commit your Angular code, I want one repository. In my GitHub. So that first create a repository. What's my repository name? My Angular or whatever it is, your wish. See this, it's available. My Angular. It's a public repository or private repository. That is your wish. Okay, private repository. Just click on the create repository. Yes, I created one repository. Created account and create a repo. Done. Next one. Now, if you come to our Angular application, is it created or not? Can you check it? Still, it's going on. Meanwhile, can we do one thing? Just open your Visual Studio Code. Open your Angular application. In Visual Studio Code. I want to run that application and I want to show that output in my local. So that open Visual Studio Code. If it is not there in your machine, it's a simple editor. It's an open source editor. Just you can install it. Visual Studio Code is my editor. It's an open source. Now it's taking some time for load. Don't worry about that one. Just wait. Yeah, you can click on the file, open folder. On my desktop, my Angular app. This is my folder. Select that folder and click on. Select it and open it. Now say this. It's a my Angular only or not? My Angular app. Okay, it's not yet completed. It takes some time. Just wait. Now come back. Now I want to tell. I already told you it. This is my Heroku app. I created directly by using what? By logging into my web, and I created this particular app. If you want to create this Heroku app through command prompt, yes, we can create it. Here. Another way to create an app. Okay, here what you have to do, create Heroku app using command prompt. How you can create? First, Install Heroku software. Heroku software first. That's a open source. Once you install the Heroku software, this is another way. You can create an account in Heroku and log in through web. You can create using web. Using web you can create using web, or another way, or you can create an app by using command prompt. If you want to create an app using command prompt, first you have to install Heroku software. So already I installed Heroku software. If you want, you can go to Google, download Heroku CLI, Heroku software download. Okay, this is like Heroku CLI, we can say. Heroku CLI, we can say command line interface. Okay, this is the official website. See here, devcenter.heroku.com. Okay, here you can download. You can download and install based on your requirement. Is a Mac or Windows or whatever it is. Just it's a Ubuntu. You can download and install. Once you install, you can find one folder in your C drive. That folder name is like Heroku, like this. Okay, now click on the bin. If you want to use this Heroku command, you should have to set this path, okay, as a system path in your mission. So copy this path and right click on my computers and click on the properties. You need to set the system path. In Windows 10, okay, it's like this. We can set the path. Click on the once it is done, see here, advanced system settings. Click on the advanced system settings and then click on environmental variables. Here path is there. You can edit it. Already there has multiple paths set. See here, already I set the Heroku path or not. If you not set, click on the new and paste here and paste here. Like this, you can set it. Say okay. Already I set, so that I don't want this one. Delete it. Say okay. Say okay and say okay. Just close this one. That's it. This is the way you can set the path. Once you set the path, open command prompt. Open command prompt. Now see this, right? Heroku. Heroku. Now it's available. Why? Because already you set the path. Once it is available, just write like Heroku login. You have to log in through command prompt now. In the past, you logged in through web. Now you logged in through command prompt. Heroku login. Now it is going to ask you some credentials and everything, or it's going to authenticate through web. Okay, just wait. See this. Press any key to open up the browser to log in. Okay, just I click on enter. I click on enter. Now it's going to open one URL in your browser. See this, in your browser, it's open one URL. Just click on the login. Click on the login. If the username and password is not saved in your machine, then the time it may ask like username and password already saved, so that logged in. If it is logged in, see this, your command prompt, logged in, done. Logged in, done. Now once my logged in is completed, then you can create your app. Already you created one app. See here, already you created one app, my Angular 34343, like this or not. Now I want to create an app like that only. Okay, one more app I want to create through command prompt. Through command prompt, so that you logged in, right? So create an app now. How you can Heroku create your app name, my Angular. Okay, see here, already you created one app, right? My Angular 6666. If this is available, it will create, otherwise it gives me one error. Now it is going to create one app in your Heroku. Now just wait, let's take some time. Creating my Angular app. Yes, it is available, it's created. Now come here, can you check? Now only one app is there, right? Can you check now? There has one more app should create. See this. There has one more app also created or not. Either this one or this one. Any one of these app you can use to deploy your Angular application. To deploy your Angular application. So that this is the different. These are the different ways to create an app. Our goal is you have to create an app through web directly. You can create like this, or through command prompt you can create like this. Two apps not required. Let me delete one app. How you can delete one app? Just click on this app. Go to the settings. Go to the settings. Now come here at last. Delete app is there. Just delete it. Your app name you have to mention while deleting. Okay, just click on that. Yes, my app deleted or not. Now my Angular code I want to deploy in my Angular 6666. In this particular application I want to deploy it. So let me check my Angular application already created or not. On my desktop my Angular application created. So that go to that Angular application, cd my Angular app. Okay, now run this application. How we can run it? Ng serve is my command. Ng serve is my command. So by using ng serve we can run your application. Let's do one thing. Yeah, this is my application created. Where is that? Okay, let me write these things. Install Heroku software, and then what we have to do? Set path. The next one. Login. Open command prompt. In command prompt, you have to write like open command prompt. In your command prompt, you have to write like Heroku login, and then Heroku create your app name. Your app name. Your app name. This is the another way to create your app in Heroku through command prompt. You created a GitHub account, right? Now, whatever the code is there, that code can be pushed into your account, So that let's concentrate on this one. This is my Angular application. Open command prompt. Here there has some Git is there. Okay, if you want, you can use, no issues. Okay, the Git is initialized. Now, this code I want to push in my repository. Which repository? In this repository I want to push it. So that first of all, work on this. First, you are check what files you have to commit. Git status on branch, nothing is to commit, he said. Okay, git branch is what? The master. My Angular app git status, everything is like clean. So can we reinitialize the git? Okay, first delete this one, don't worry about this. Okay, frequently we are facing this type of problems. Okay, now reinitialize the git. Okay, how we can reinitialize? Git init is the command initializing git. Now can I check my git status? Now say this. If you observe here, these many files are there. Files, not only files and folders are there to commit or not. So commit it. Git status. This is the one. Git add. This is all files I'm adding. Node modules I don't want to commit. That one I mentioned in the git ignore. And then check again git status. How many files added? These all files added. So here you have to commit it. Commit first commit. Yes, I committed my code. Now you have to push this code into your repository or not, to this repository. So that how to add one existing folder to the repository means just get the repository URL and come here, just write git remote add your URL. This is the way we can add an existing folder to the repository. Okay, just click on enter. Click on enter. Git remote add origin is missing. Remote add origin. Okay, here origin. This is the command origin. Once it is added, you can push. Git push is the command. Now, if you click on the git push, see this. Okay, they only provide one command. Just use that command. Now, your code, whatever the code you have on my desktop, that one is going to push into your Git repository. Push into your Git repository. Yes. Now, can you check in the Git repository? See, this is my repository, right? Then see, all your code is there or not? All your code is there. So far, do not deploy the code in the Heroku. These all are like setup. Okay, done. Now you are running your application, right? Can you check it? Is it running or not? Okay, this one is not required for me. Just let me close it. Now see, it's compiling. It's compiling. It takes some time. No problem at all. Where is your code? My code inside my GitHub. In which repository? This repository or not? So that in my Heroku app, you have to do that setup. Okay, from where I need to take the code to deploy. So that go to your Heroku app. Now come here. Deploy is there, right? Click on the deploy. Click on the deploy. See here. Deployment method. From where you want me to take the code? Heroku Git or GitHub or container registry. Where is my code? In my GitHub or not? Click on the GitHub. Click on the GitHub. Now, once you click on the GitHub, see here, there has one option is that connect to GitHub. Click on that. Click on this. Now, see this, it is connected or not? Now, see, it is connected. My username is like Celestino UI. If you observe here, see this, this is my GitHub account UID or not? Yes, it is connected. Once it is connected, which repository you want me to check? What is my repository? In my GitHub, my code is inside my Angular repository or not? This is my repository. Copy this one and come to this and check for the repository. Check for that repository. Yes, that repository there or not? So once the repository find my code is inside my repository only, my Angular repository only, just connect it. Just connect it. Now see, it's connected. Now see, from which branch you want me to take? In which branch my code is there? From my master branch. You can create any number of branches, but I want to give the build from the master branch so that you can specify the branch name is like a master only, and you can enable automatic deploy. Automatic deploy is nothing but anybody push the code into master branch in my repository, automatically the code has to deploy. Code has to deploy. Done. Okay, now deploy branch. Don't click on that one. You have to do some setup. Okay, done. Now come here. Now see this. I run my Angular application by using which command? Ng servo command. It is compiled successfully. In which port number it is running? Localhost 4200 is the port number. So that, so close this one. This is also not required. Close it. Now here you can open localhost 4200. Yes, it is running or not? Okay, this is not a valid message or something. My message is like a simple text. Hello, Sachin is my text. So that what code change you want me to do here? Go to your Angular application. My index.html loaded which file? Which component? App root. It is a selector for app component.ts. App root is a selector for app component.ts. So that my code, my template is inside where app component.html. So that this is my template. This template I don't want. Just I want to create my own text. Which text that is? Just you can write like h1 hello such h1 hello such. Now can you come here? Is it really loading or not? Can you check it? Maybe compiling. See, it is compiling or not? Once my compilation is completed, see this, my hello Sachin text is visible or not? Okay, perfect. Now this is my updated code. Can we commit that code? How we can commit? Git status, git status, git status. Now that is the file I changed. So that add that file, my git commit. Okay, this we can write some message like, okay, change name, and then just write like git push. Okay, now my new change is going to push into my GitHub. Okay, done. Now in my Heroku, okay, from here it's an important. In Heroku, so far all are like individual only. To create an Angular application, that is individual. That application you push into your GitHub like that only. Just the code is inside GitHub. The next one, you created one Heroku app. Just my setup is completed, but how to deploy, what code setup I have to do to deploy this Angular application, I didn't do that one. Directly my Angular application, we are not able to deploy. This is my Angular application, right? Directly this application we are not able to deploy in your Heroku. It's required some backend code. Through backend only we can deploy our UI related application in Heroku. So backend is nothing but multiple applications are there, okay, like Python, Java, or Node. So that which one is the recommended one means using Node, simply we can deploy our code in my Heroku using Node. So that what setup we have to do, this is an important from here. Okay, so far it's like all are like individual only, Git, Heroku, and your Angular application done. Now, what setup I have to do? My node setup I want to do to deploy this code in my Heroku. Node setup, what we have to do means, first of all, if you want to run your server by using an Express framework in node side, first of all, install Express library. So that do that one. How we can install Express library means open your command prompt in this only, in the Visual Studio Code only. How you can open command prompt, terminal, new terminal, or control shift tilde is the shortcut. Okay, once you open the terminal, I want Express library here, so that just Express library you can install. Just wait, it's loading. Okay, how we can load an Express library? Npm node package manager. By using node package manager, I want to install Express library. So that npm install express save. Okay, once you install this Express, okay, that is saved here in the package.json. And then what is the next setup? Create one file. Okay, wherever you want, outside only, don't create in the source. Outside you can create one file. The file name is like server.js is the file. File name is what? Server.js is the file. Okay, in the server.js file, what we have to do, you have to create your node app. By using the Express framework, by using Express library. Already I'm downloading this Express library. See this? It's going on. npm install express save. After few seconds, that particular library download into my node modules or not. See this? My Express loaded. So that go to your server dot, close this one, not required, close this one. Now you are working on server.js. Get an Express first. Okay, how we can get an Express? Constant Express. Just copy paste this code from here to your local machine, wherever you want. Okay, just require Express. Done. This is my Express. And then I want paths. Okay, some files I want to refer by using path, so that require path. It's a default. By getting this Express only, we can get this path. Then create an app first. Constant my app equals to Express is the method to create an app. And then app.use. Okay, from where you want me to use your code. Okay, once you build your code, there has one dist folder create in your application or not. Which application? Angular application or not. So that from where you have to get it. From there you have to get it. So that use our files and everything from this folder. Like this, you have to mention app does use my express dot static Okay, express dot static. Okay, the file name is like from where that particular dist folder is there. You have to mention that dist folder okay, path in the directory. Okay, my folder name is like a dist folder. What is my application name? Where you want me to check? In my Angular app or not? My Angular app. My Angular Angular app. Okay, this is the setup you have to. From where I want to find the files to deploy in my dist folder. Okay, where you can find in my Angular app folder or not. Okay, that one you can mention it. Okay, the next one. You have to write one endpoint. What is that endpoint? You know, app dot get is my request. Okay, that endpoint URL is anything. After that, you can write like one function, callback function, and request comma response. What is this star? You know, okay, for example, you open one website. For which website? This is the URL, right? This is the URL. Where is that? In my settings, you can find that URL. Say this. Okay, this is the URL. Okay, if you open this URL, last only one slash is there. Okay, that should be accept. Okay, that means okay, you are sending a request to get your response from where? From my dist folder. So that my request has to accept for the slash itself, or another one is there. That time also it has to accept, so that I want to use like a star. Now, from which file all your content is going to load? It's a Angular is a single page application. My content and everything is going to load in your index.html or not. So that file only contains your code. That code only, right? You have to display to the end user. That code only, that particular index.html code only you have to load in your browser or not. So that file you have to refer. So how we can, you have to send your index.html file as a response. Send file. Okay, where is my file? In which path it has? Okay, path.join. Okay, my directory name. Okay, inside the dist folder, in my Angular application, what is my file name? Index.html is my file name or not? Like this, you have to mention. That's it. Okay, in my dist folder, my Angular app. Okay, index.html is the file or not? Okay, done. That one only how to send like a response. Perfect. Now my server application has to run right on one port number. App.listen. Okay, default port number you can ask him to take. Process.environment. The port number. If it is not there, just take 8080 default one. You can take it. This is the setup you have to do in your server.js. That's it. Get the express, get the path, create an app, find your dist folder. Okay, inside the dist folder, find your index.html. Why? Because all your content inside index.html only. My Angular is like a single page application. Run your application in one port number. That's it. These things you have to do it. Okay, done. Once it is done, okay, this file has to run, right? Then only my server side application is going to run. For that, you have to do some change in the package.json. What change you have to do? Okay, first npm start. It should not be ng server now. Okay, you have to run your server side application. How we can run it? Node my server.js. My start command should be like this. Node my server.js. After that, okay, post install npm install and everything is completed. After that, I have to build your application, right? Build command you have to write ng build for prod. I want to build it. My base folder you have to give it. My base folder. My base href is like a dist. Like this you can mention. Post install. After post installation, npm install and everything is completed, you have to run this command. Okay, done. Ng build prod base href and list. Okay, done. And then node engines you have to mention here. Node. Okay, right. Engines. My engines. Okay, one is like node. Another one is like npm. If you don't know, simply open your command prompt. Which version you are using here, node. This version you can mention there simply. Anyway, my application is running as expected in my local, right? Which version for npm? Okay, just use that version there itself. Yes, this is the one. Done. This is the next setup. In the package.json, you have to set up all these things. Okay, done. Now, what changes you made, just commit those changes again. Okay, how you can git status. Now, I made some changes in the package.json and I added one more file like a server.js. So that git add and then git commit on message. Okay, added server.js. Okay, done. Now git push is the command. Yes. Now my code, where now the full-fledged code inside my GitHub or not? Already my Angular, my Heroku app already set, right? Okay, connect with my Git or not? Here itself in the deploy, if you observe, see this, already it's connected with my Git. Which repository? My Angular repository. From which branch you want me to take the code? Master branch or not? Now deploy your branch. See this, deploy it. Okay, first time manually, after that, okay, automatically it's going to deploy. Okay, now come here. It gives me some message. Now see this, the build is processing, build is going on. Don't worry about that one. Okay, why the build is going on means auto build I already enabled. Auto build. Okay, see this in the deployment. Auto build already enabled. See this, automatic deploys. If you made any change in this particular master branch in this repository, my Angular repository, automatically my build is going on. Now see this, that is only the same thing is happening. Okay, build is going on. If you want to see this, view build progress. If you want to see the progress of my build, okay, check the logs. Now see this. This is the one for building. I'm using this command or not. Okay, see generating ES5 bundles for differential loading. Okay, now say this, it's going on. ng build detected as a build script. Okay, running build. Okay, it takes some time to deploy your code. Yes. See, generating ES6, ES5 bundles for differential loading. Okay, you can view it, what's processing is going on, each and everything we can view here. It's like a log messages, you can say, logs. Okay, let me write our document here. Create a GitHub account. Perfect. I created GitHub account and created a repository. Next, what we have to do? Push your code into repository. Push your code into repository. Into your repository. Once you push the code into repository, that particular repository you have to connect with what? You have to connect with connect inside your Heroku app or not. Okay. Connect your GitHub repo into your Heroku app or not. Done. Once you connected, if you made any changes in that particular repository, automatically my Heroku app is going to take the changes and build your changes or not. Now see, my build success, my build finished. Once my build done, next processing is what? Deployment or not. See, my build code is compressing now. Okay, trying to launching. Okay, now see this, this one. The build code is like build finished. Okay, it's deployed in this particular application or not, particular URL or not. So you can copy this URL. You can copy this URL, copy it and open here somewhere, wherever you want, you can open it. You see, this is my Angular 666 is my application.heroku.com. My output should be what? My output should be what? Here, if you observe, hello Sachin is my output or not. Okay, this is running on localhost 2020. See this? It is running where? My Angular 666 heroku.com or not? Yes or no? That means my code deployed or not? Now, this particular URL, I only can see it in my local machine, but this URL, okay, anyone can access in this world or not. This is the way I can deploy my Angular code in Heroku. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.